102.9 FM KBLX, 8 minutes after the hour, our special in-studio guest. And I have to tell you, he is surprisingly normal. Steve-O is our special in-studio guest. He's at Tommy T's tonight for two shows on Saturday and a show on Sunday. Are you going to be able to make the Sunday show?
Why wouldn't I be able to make the Sunday show? You mean, am I going to be injured? I mean, that's possible. I get hurt a lot, but
never mind you. We'll get to you in a moment. Steve-O, has anyone in the audience ever been injured during your performances?
You know, on this tour, I've been pretty lucky. I'm on my old tour, like my old tour, I would routinely injure audience members. I would get on stage and during the show I'd say, "Who wants to get on stage and get kicked in the nuts?" and I'm telling you, man, people would be jumping up and down with their arm up in the air, like pointing at themselves.
Me? Do it to me?
Yeah. I traveled the world kicking guys in the nuts like crazy.
Steve-O.
But now, like, you know, after the show, anything's possible, you know. I was going to tell you the story about how, before I walked in, I said, "Can you say the word anal on the radio?" And you said, "Yeah," which is great. Because I never really understood the philosophy of anal, if you know what I mean, right? I never really, but this one time, I was determined to try it out. I was pretty drunk, and I figured, okay, I'm going to go for this. So I lubed up my finger with some spit, right? and I worked my finger in it, and would you believe it? I found a terrorist in the cave. There was like a hard, chunky turd that my finger bumped up into. Wow. And I'm like,
Steve-O,
what do you say in that situation, man? It totally...
Why?
I know. Why? Exactly.
Why?
Yeah.
Why, Steve-O? Why?
I don't know if it counts as an injury, but this one time I was hooking up with this girl, and as soon as she pulled out my wiener, she got real serious, you know, and she looked at me and said, "I was in a bad accident." And I'm thinking, man, what the hell? and then she says, "Get ready to have a really good time." And then she pulls out her teeth, right? I swear, she, you know, like her upper teeth were like, they were like this denture thing. So she pulled out her upper teeth. I'm telling you, it was awesome.
Steve-O.
It was absolutely awesome.
Steve-O, how many parts of your body have been injured?
Oh, plenty.
Can you give us a list of...
Oh, what, you want broken bones? You want
Let's
surgeries?
start with broken bones.
Okay, well, going down, I broke my cheekbone. I broke my jaw. I broke so many teeth, it's unreal. I broke my collarbone. I broke both wrists. I think my feet, I broke hands, hand bones, feet, ankle, but that's it.
Steve-O, why?
You know, I was always a pretty rambunctious kid.
And what did your parents say to you when you told them you dropped out of the University of Miami?
They were, you know, I told my folks that.
Who did you tell first, your mother or your father?
I'm guessing that it would have been my mom. I was a little standoff. You know, well, I didn't talk to my dad for a little while there.
Okay.
You know, I was roaming around. I was having the government test drugs on me for money. My dad didn't know where I was or anything. But when I did get a hold of Dad, I told him, you know, it's going to be great because I'm going to be a stuntman. And Dad just shook his head. He just thought, what a shame. But then I got into Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Clown College.
Okay.
Right. I figured that this would further my goal of becoming a stuntman if I, you know, if I had the name Ringling Brothers to brag about. So, and this was a big deal because Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Clown College was statistically harder to get into than Harvard.
Yes, yes.
You know?
Yes, it is.
And I was really proud of it, but then my mom and her sister, you know, because my cousin was going to mortician school at the time. So Mom and my aunt are cracking up arguing over whose son was a bigger loser.
Steve-O is in the studio. He'll be at Tommy T's. 2 shows tonight, 2 shows on Saturday, and a show on Sunday. Is it true that you have people with fire extinguishers?
It's a regular thing. Yeah, it's not. You know, I do the comedy.
So wait a minute, Steve-O. So what do you say to the people with the fire extinguishers when this goes really badly?
Well, I like to have someone with a fire extinguisher. And I tell them if I hit the ground, if I hit the deck, that means hit me with the fire extinguisher. But don't freak out, because if I'm supposed to. I like to stay on fire for a little while. Don't freak out. I'm a showman.
Okay.
But it's out of control if I hit the deck.
If you are heading to Tommy T's to see Steve-O, sit further back.
Well, you can sit up front too. It's all good.
You'll be safe up front?
I would say so. The odds are pretty good. And obviously, I think people are getting the picture that it's not just a stand-up comedy show. I do comedy in the beginning. I do all the wild stunts and tricks at the end. So it's a real variety show.
How do you decide, Steve-O? Before I ask you that, let me ask you this. In all of the stunts that you've done just before you're about to be thrown off or heading down the hill, the shopping cart, anything, do you hear the little voice in your head, Steve-O, that says maybe this isn't going to end well?
Sure I do. And ever since the beginning, I would assess the situation, not necessarily determine that the stunt would be safe, but rather I would decide to do it. And then I would count with my fingers. I still do it to this day, like when I have something scary to do, I count 1, 2, 3. And once that third finger comes out, the stunt's already done. My body just needs to follow through. And I've never backed out when I count the fingers, 1, 2, 3. Then I've never backed out of anything.
Considering all of the injuries, have you, in retrospect, thought about a stunt that you should not have done? Have any regrets?
I'm more into regretting the things that I have done than regretting the things that I haven't done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, I don't know. I mean, I wish I did more stunts. There's nothing that I'm really bummed out. I think a little bit of regret is good,
Okay. Steve-O, do you have problems meeting people? What's your social life like?
Are you asking me, am I single?
Do you have problems meeting people? Do you get along with people, Steve-O?
Pretty well, yeah. I get along with people great. I mean, better than I used to, I suppose. I really turned a corner, and now I'm much more.
Okay, so 2 shows tonight at Tommy T's in Pleasanton, 2 shows on Saturday, and a show on Sunday. You'll get through all of these shows.
Oh, you bet.
Fire extinguishers, everything.
Yeah, there's gonna be danger. There's gonna be pain. There's gonna be nudity. It's gonna be mayhem.
Ladies and gentlemen, Steve-O tonight at Tommy T's in Pleasanton.
Kev, he's got a new girlfriend.
Really?
Well, yeah, it's
a girlfriend.
She's actually gonna be there tonight. Elizabeth Canales is
okay.
That's George Clooney.
Does she know what you do?
She does, yeah. It's a little bit beyond me. How a girl like her is into a guy like me.
You seem so normal, Steve-O. You seem so normal. I can't wait to see the show. This is crazy.
It's early in the morning, but tonight's gonna get wild. I know tonight's gonna be wild, man.
George Clooney's ex, I've been told.
That
I guess.
Yeah.
Not bad. Well, Steve-O, you doing all right?
Life is good.
Okay, thank you for stopping by.
Well, yeah.
Sir.
Thanks for letting me say anal on the radio.
Steve-O at Tommy T's.
Yeah.
2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow, and a show on Sunday. Thank you, Steve-O.
Yep.